Hello everybody. I was just thinking about something that I was not thinking a long time ago, and actually I think that it will be of a great value to you, because it is a small change of perspective that can bring you a lot of more impact with your art, a lot of more willingness to go forward with whatever ideas you have. Not so much ideas, but more great ideas, great visions for your art. To understand art from a certain point in which you are more willing to do the extraordinary. And it is something that actually we all know. And when we are shifting this knowledge to our focus, we can become so much more successful with our artistic vision, with the great ideas that we are having. And it is to really always to understand that art is something that is extra. What do I mean by this? Actually, we humans as a civilization became extraordinary when we started a long time ago, back in the history, to actually do art. Art was perhaps one of the first things that we did that was not directly connected to surviving. Every other thing was like hunting, gathering, and with art suddenly this extra came. Something made us make all these paintings in the caves. It was perhaps a connection between religion and hunting, magic, and so on, but it was not anymore directly connected to the survival. It was something that was influencing humans on a different level, because there was the first artist that decided to go to this extra level. And when you think about it, actually art is always something that is an extra, that is standing outside of the norm. And it is so much easier to understand art and to do great art when you're not trying to stick to the norm, but go back to the roots of art and always do with your art something that is extraordinary, that is not direct connected to short-term success or to short-term gain, but is reaching beyond of it. When your own ideas, when your own vision is something that is reaching far beyond the norm, that is stretching what we humans actually should do to have a normal and good life, that is the right approach for your art. Because from the beginning, art was something that was extraordinary. You should always seek to test and go beyond the known with your art, like the first artist, like our history has shown us, that we became something extraordinary through doing this extraordinary act of creating art. And you have the same right like the first artist. And perhaps with your idea, no matter how not normal, perhaps how extraordinary, how outstanding your vision is, perhaps you are the seed to something that again will push our civilization, push our culture to the next level. And to develop this willingness to go beyond your limitation, the normality, is when you are developing a strong belief in our heritage and in our right to do something that is extra, that is not actually necessary for the human survival, but is from the beginning there to reach outside of the norm. And this vision, those ideas that you are developing, should never be inside your comfort zone, because most likely we are staying in a comfort zone because the norms, the expectations are forcing us to a spot of life where we are actually captured in this comfort zone. The comfort zone is the way of the least possible difficulties. everything that is outside of the comfort zone becomes difficult because of other people, because of the surrounding, or because of your personality and the engagement that you should, the energy and the engagement that is necessary to get out of it. And there will never be the extra. Inside there, everything is not only according to the norms, but also less than the norms, because already when you are pushing the boundaries to the norm, it is becoming a difficulty, and going beyond the norm is always more difficult. And when you are staying with your vision, with your artistic vision inside of this norm, there is no extra outstanding achievement possible. It is like creating something in a cage, and it always will stay in this cage. So to accept the necessary evolution of your ideas, but outside of the norm, is the point perhaps that will make you art extraordinary, your vision that can reach beyond what we consider as normal, and going beyond the norm and the obstacles in life is making you actually special. For yourself, perhaps your feelings as a normal human being are telling you perhaps, oh, don't go beyond the norm, stay in there. I want to feel well, and I want to feel accepted, and I want to have a normal life. But nevertheless, inside of this norm, the feelings are perhaps the less good guidance that we can develop for our vision. It is perhaps going against your feelings, and especially against the feelings that you have about feeling comfortable. Even I would say the feelings that you are having about feeling comfortable are an indicator that you are going in the wrong direction. When you have the strong feeling or the strong urge to do something that is leading you into the comfort zone or staying in the comfort zone, you have like a warning sign, like a flag popping up that is telling you, for your art, for your artistic vision, it is the wrong way. And it is almost like having a friend inside your head that is making the wrong suggestions, that is making you less fit, that is making you less successful. And you can accept this friend that is making this suggestions, but your own art, your own potential should be important enough that you are willing to just listen to this friend and say, okay, but I will do the opposite. And with this, you are finding out with time what is actually essential to your artistic vision, to your artistic progress, and what is just optional, what is just the usual stuff, the normal. Because the essential stuff is always reaching outside of the comfort zone, and it is becoming always an extra, something that is not necessary to the normal life, perhaps not necessary to the comfortable life, especially not the comfortable life, but it's reaching out there, and it is something that feels like our heritage of being an artist. Because when you look at it, all the successful artists you are admiring, they have been outside, they have done this extra work, they have been through the struggles, and we should learn with time to even ignore not only this our calling for the comfort zone inside our head, but also the norms that are surrounding us, that are pushing us back into this comfort zone, into this cage where everything stays in a way that just will make us go through life in a normal way. This is what society is doing. Actually, I think especially artists are struggling so much because they have this feeling that they are captured, that they are kept small, and to break out of it does require to be brave. But you can find this bravery in your roots, in in the first artist that decided to make this extraordinary paintings on the wall instead of just struggling to survive. Thanks to this first artist, we have actually all these possibilities right now, and in a way we can uphold his heritage by doing the same, by not only staying alive and surviving and make the least possible effort to stay in this comfort zone, but to really to do something extraordinary. And you can really decide what is moving your vision forward. What are the points that are really pushing the boundaries, that are making you feel more important when you are breaking outside of the norm, when you're making the decision you wouldn't normally make to achieve something that is extraordinary. And when you turn your focus on the essential instead of the risk-free, you will discover that there is so much more possible, because what we don't think right now, when we are perhaps in a comfort zone and we want to reach out with our artistic vision, we are thinking, oh, all the struggle, and the struggle will never end. In a way, when you are pushing the boundaries, when you are setting you outside of the comfort zone and you are doing the challenges that are necessary, with time, this point outside of your comfort zone will become again your comfort zone, because no matter what we humans are doing, with time we are get used to it. But you are now, you get used to it to a point that you have actually chosen for yourself, and not the point where the society or comfortable thinking or whatever it is has pushed you into the cage. And from this point you can go even further and further just by focusing what moves your vision forward. And when you are focusing on the essence of your outstanding artistic idea or of your vision, you will actually see the path that is appearing before you. And it is becoming with time easier and easier to go in the right direction that will bring the outstanding potentials that you have in you. And to go for the significance, even to push your very own vision, is something that is worth for struggling. Just imagine the artist back there would decide not to push the boundaries, not to do this outstanding achievements, and how extraordinary to him must it be that he was standing so much outside of what everyone else was doing. He would most likely was considered even to be mad. I hope he was even a shaman or someone that was even having great religious visions of Mother Earth and Father Sky, so he could convince the others and make them perhaps a little bit afraid that he is a madman. Nevertheless, he found a way how to express himself in a different way, how to not just scrap every day for the survival. And you have the same right, because you are, when you have decided to be the creative, the artist, you have stepped into the heritage of those outstanding people back then, and you have the same right and can go even further, because right now we have even more possibilities for your artistic vision to flourish, to develop. And the only thing that you should focus about is what is contributing really to make your vision most outstanding. This is really all. As when you have this great idea, when you have this vision, you have many possibilities what you can do, how to proceed. And when you are just focusing what is the main thing of your vision, the main thing that is standing outside of the norm, that is extraordinary, and when you are thinking only about the possibilities, how to make this main thing develop in a long-term way, it is a path that I would say is more than 50-50 successful. When you are just focusing on the main thing, what is making your idea extraordinary, what is setting your idea, your vision out of the norm of everything else others are doing. So you are standing alone with your idea, and you are thinking about only this factor that is the main thing, and thinking how to proceed this idea forward. You will discover that it is actually not such a struggle to begin your journey and to deliver something that will make your life extraordinary. It is really a part trying, and it's easy to start, because once you have made a small change to your mindset, always understanding that as an artist you are doing something that is extraordinary, and there is no other possibility than to go outside of your comfort zone to make it appear extra, your journey is already beginning. So if you like today, perhaps sit down, think about your artistic ideas, think about your vision, what is the main essential point, and how to make this main essential point stand out of the norm, out of the comfortable zone even more, and how to proceed with it in a long term as a path that can unveil in front of you. So I hope this was interesting for you. I think it is one of the small things that has a great impact on your artistic progression. I hope you find this interesting enough to visit my next video, and until then, see you soon. Bye bye.